Yo, what up, Joe? We are successfully back on the road and everything feels great. The handlebar grips being a lot wider, which is just an inch, feels amazing. It kind of feels like I'm riding a dirt bike right now. But aesthetically, it's not that much different than the other handlebars were, so I'm hype about that. Thank you.
Alright, ladies and gents, I didn't think that I was going to film this, but I guess I might as well. I'm getting ready to do the clutch and the stator. Now, I've never done a clutch on the FZR. Everything should just come right out. So different, because I'm not even gonna mess with it. But yeah, this is a lot different than what an R6 setup was. Now look at this. Damn. It doesn't look hella bad, but it's definitely glazed. Ugh. Yeah, see these discs, they're fine. Alright, so I'll just replace all of these and you see the process. All right, now time for the stator, and the stator isn't going to be that easy. And I don't anticipate first-rate success, but we will get it done. So I know for facts this has been replaced. I was just reading online, this was Phillips heads originally, and people will replace them with these Allens. Go up here to see where the plug up right there. This just came loose so easily as if it wasn't clipped in. Could that be what our problem was? Because that's supposed to clip in there like that, and that doesn't just come apart. And after an extremely long ordeal, this piece is getting ready to go back on. But I just need this this seal to be made up here. Come on, go in like you're supposed to. After a few cut up knuckles and some time, we've got it in.
Tomorrow.
Hey, what up, though? Alright, so we've got another battery and we're gonna toss it there in the jambone. My stupidity, when I went to Cycle Gear and got the battery the other day for the bike, and this is the only battery that they had in stock to fit my bike, but whatever. Me and the other guy got to talking about helmet communications, and he forgot to fill my battery with the sulfuric acid. I've never done this before, so we're gonna unscrew all of those up top, pour in a certain amount in each one, and try to get it up to the high level. Then we're gonna charge it, then we're gonna throw it in the bike, and then we gonna ride. Look, yep. Oh God, I'm scared. So you could see like these are kind of grayish. Those are getting full. These two need to be filled as well. So I'm gonna use the last little bits. You can see it fill up right there. Hand tight is all it needs. Cool. Let's see. Fire her up. That's a good sound. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. This is wild fucking puzzling. That's the drain from the battery, and it is definitely spitting a good amount of acid. So I don't know if I should have huge concerns. Maybe I overfilled it or something. That's a possibility. So quick checks of both covers on the side. Make sure everything is secure so that we're not dropping any oil amongst ourselves on that back tire and make a very unsafe ride tomorrow. But anyway, that's good to go. I'm gonna throw these fairings on, and just to show you what we've changed, obviously we changed the rear ride height, changed the dog bones. The bike's a little bit higher, about an inch, a little over an inch. Changed clutch, new rectifier, new stator, and the clip-ons and bar ends. Now this has a little bit more of a wider grip now. The bars are moved as far outward as possible. So when I have my fingers on it, if we go to full steer, it's pretty close to the fairing. I can still get my fingers on without touching the fairings. That should make it a little bit more comfortable. They're probably, I'd say, the bar ends length wider than the factory handlebars were. It's a little bit more comfortable, and it's a lot more controllable. With my stunt bikes, I had them with a wider grip like this. World difference of control. So this should be a lot better, a lot more comfortable to ride. Also, the bars are a little closer to the actual shock. The factory handlebars were out about, I don't know, I'd say 10 millimeters or so, and 10 millimeters is killing my game. So I think we've got a good round of mods for round one. Round two of mods is going to be plugs, coil packs, and wires. And we're gonna sync the carbs just to make it run a little bit smoother. So I'll show you this, right? So this sound right here, that chop, we're gonna get rid of that chop. I'm told that that's easy to do with just syncing the carbs and things like that. So even if we don't fully get rid of the chop, we're gonna make the bike smoother and possibly make it more fuel efficient and just an incy-wincy little bit more power. Alright, so one last test before we call it quits. I want to see how this clutch is hitting, how it's adjusted right now. Obviously, I could do adjustments on the fly right there on the handlebar, but I just want to see how we got it set right now. So let's let me get to it. Alright, so I guess the clutch is grabbing. That felt good. You know what? That's funny. That's the first burnout on this bike. Clutch test. That's how you test the clutch like a man, you heard? So I think we're ready to ride tomorrow. I think we're ready to ride.
We got the changes on this bike, and it is so lovely to have this level of handling on this bike right now. So if you were aware of it from the last vlog, we raised the rear of the bike about an inch, a little over an inch. It was 31 millimeters. You're a dick. About 31 millimeters overall, which gives it the stance of than I'm used to. I'm used to Super Sport 600s, which obviously give you that back to front rake, which makes the bike turn in better. It makes it handle better. And then we did the clip-ons and got a little bit of a wider stance or grip, I would say, on the handlebars. And that also adds to better control. See how nimble it is? I could just move it around, do whatever I want with the bike now. Putting in the clutch made it a little bit more aggressive, and I really need some levers because this clutch stand is getting fatigued. Because now the clutch is out further and it just, you know, just operation is different now. But I'm in love with it overall. Makes this thing feel like it's a motard. You still kind of have the aggressive rake where you're resting on your wrists, but you can solve that with body mechanics. That's not the bike's issue. So I feel overall everything is really good now, and I'm in love with it. Look at this. I don't even know if this should be on the freeway. I don't think it should. Alright, so we're fueled up and I've got a little surprise for y'all. It should be pretty interesting. I've been kind of battling back and forth with what I want this channel to be, what I want to do on the channel, things like that. And I've been a slave to the car stuff. The car stuff is where I'm at, you know what I mean? Like, that's my life. I love the shit and I want to be fully engulfed in it. But I kind of want to do other things too. Kind of gotten, you know, the idea as to what I feel like I want to do here on the channel.
So this is what I want to show you. So just picked this up last night, and this is what I'm gonna do with the channel for at least the next couple of weeks, or periodically, I would say. The main reason why I picked this up, this was my very first motorcycle that I had. So many memories were had on this chassis, okay? Not this one exactly, but I had an 03. It was wrecked, low-sided, whatever, not a problem at all. I've taken this chassis, this Model R6, apart down to every nut and bolt and put it back together. So I'm very fluid in this bike. I'm gonna do a lot of changes to it, but there's a lot of parts that I'm going to be taking off that will transfer from there to there. So this bike is going to get a lot of upgrades simply from removing the parts that I don't want on this bike. First things first that I'll probably do very quickly is change to this Nissan Master. This Nissan Master is a whole lot better than that old school one on there. I'll probably be changing forks as well, going inverted, and these might find their way onto that, of course. Man, I love this bike, obviously for sentimental reasons, but man, was this thing fun. So the use that this bike is going to get is obviously going to do track and stunt duties. I can't stop doing wheelies, and I won't stop doing wheelies. So it's already got a 520 and it's geared a little bit. Not geared how I like, so I'll make that change. I'm going to do a custom exhaust setup that has a little bit of a different flair from what I previously had on my old bike. Probably gonna take everything down, powder coat all the bits, wheels, frame, subframe, and swing arm. Eventually the bike will be all black. Clip-ons, of course, gotta do rear sets, gotta get rear brakes back in the game. But I've got so many parts to play with. There's gonna be some bits and pieces to go on here from R1s, like their brake system. Going to change to the rear shock. Power-wise, gonna be exactly the same as the FZR. Not gonna do anything power-wise, aside from velocity stacks, filter element, and full exhaust. Sprockets really don't add power, just drops rotational mass. There's quite a few nuts and bolts missing. Motor mount there, quite a few on the other side. And then put it all back together and get it ready. So this is what I'm gonna do for a little bit. The bike stuff isn't taking over the car stuff, but I wanna do this for a little while. Daily rider, some track time, all track time and stunt time. in the mountains, and the pit bikes are always just a blast. But I'm hype about this, really hype about this. I get to go hit a couple track days with some of my bike buddies, and still I'm gonna go do some nostalgia track days with that thing. I'm very pleased with how that's performing, and I think it's gonna be amazing with this front end on it. Only problem is that's a 3-inch wide front wheel. This is a 3.5, and I want to run that front wheel, so I'm gonna have to find some spacers to go in these forks. But this is gonna be pretty cool, and I'm gonna run the same brakes. I don't like this style of brake, so I'm gonna swap that brake on there, steel braided lines, and that master. But all that's gonna be on there. It's gonna be a blast, and this is gonna be just like out of control. So watch for this. Parts are gonna be coming. Things are gonna be done. Wheelies will be made. Track days will be slayed. You heard? And we gone.
Got to have dedication, hard work, plus patience. To some more of my sacrifice. I'm done waiting. Told you that I wasn't playing. Now you hear what I've been saying. Dedication.